Hi, welcome to the Cookalong Club. I'm Harrod and this is Pip. And we're going to make sausage meatball pasta, which is a little bit of a game changer, we think, don't we? So we're using a pack of sausages instead of meatballs with some spaghetti, and we're going to make some tomato sauce. I feel like I need to say tomato sauce. And the reason we use sausages is because they're actually a lot cheaper than buying meatballs if you're going to buy ready bought meatballs, but they're already seasoned. So all the job, all the work, all the hard work is done for you. Plus, if you're going to buy a pack of sausages for 4 of you, somebody's going to have half and you're all going to get angry. Whereas this way you can share them out and you can make a really good, decent, hearty meal for everybody. So first job is we're going to make the meatballs even. We're going to make the meatballs, we're going to cook them, and then we're going to do some pasta. While that's cooking, we're going to do the tomato sauce, and then we're going to mix it all together and put it in a bowl and slurp it. So Pip, show me what you're going to do. I'm going to put the heat on so that we're ready. But what are you going to do with these sausages?
Cut the skin off.
You're going to cut the skin off? Amazing. So this is a bit fiddly though, isn't it? It's a little bit fiddly, but believe me, it's absolutely worth it. So this is the only fiddly bit about it, is you need to get the skin off the sausage. You can leave it on, but it's quite nice if you can roll them up into a ball. Sausage skins are quite thin. Have you got yours? Yeah, you've got yours.
I used a knife.
Yeah, mine's working. And then we're just going to roll them up into little balls. You could roll them up into, put this into 4, you can put it into 8, however many you want. The smaller the meatballs, the faster they're going to cook and the farther they're going to go. But
I prefer mini ones.
Pip really likes the mini ones. So a bit faffy in that you're going to take the skin off it, but super duper worth it. We've got the oil going, so we're going to roll them into balls and we're going to put them straight in. So what you find with sausages is you've got a lot of seasoning, you've got a lot of flavour in there, so choose your favourite sausages. They can be the cheapest, the most expensive, it doesn't matter. We're not going to judge you, it's just about the flavours that you like in the pasta sauce that you like. We're just doing a basic pasta sauce with onions and garlic and tomatoes. We're going to use passata. You can add chili, you could add peppers, you could add mushrooms, you can add whatever you like. Right, Pip's going to do that. I've got to roll some too. This is about teamwork making the dream work, I have to say. Everybody can get involved with this.
I'll tear them apart.
Pip's tearing, I'm rolling. And we're just going to use 1 pack of sausages. I'm just doing teeny tiny. How cute is that? Literally bite size. And this is a great thing. You could use a few packs of sausages and you can make this. This is a great freezer food as well. You can just pop it in the freezer and it's ready and easy. You can eat it with chunky bread, garlic bread. You know, you could have it in meatball sub rolls. You don't have to have it with pasta. We're going to have it with spaghetti. Mainly because we haven't seen spaghetti in the shop for ages, and so it was very exciting when we saw it and we grabbed some. So all I'm doing, I'm just rolling them through my fingers into a little ball and popping them in some oil, not too much. And we're going to brown them, we're going to turn them in a minute, and then take them out and put them in a bowl, and then we're going to cook the veg with the tomatoes. And then put the meatballs back in later. Should we just pop them in there? That's it. Take them out carefully. So you just want to brown them. They're going to be cooked again. They're going to go back in the sauce, but it's just a nice way of sealing them, and that'll keep them nice and moist, keep them nice and juicy on the inside. Good work. I'm liking your work. Okay. And then onto the sauce. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some carrots and some garlic and some... We'll do that in a minute. Yeah, some carrots and some garlic and onion into the pan. So where the sausage meat has already been cooking, so we're going to carry on cooking in that pan. We just want the onions to go nice and soft and sweet, and then we'll add the tomatoes. It just helps pick up all those flavours and keep the flavours going. And then when it's cooked, we'll add the passata. And what we also need, Pippi, is when we're using tomatoes, is a teaspoon of sugar is always a really good idea. So we can do that. But let's just leave those to soften for a minute. They're just a bit dry, so I'm going to add a little bit more oil. Not too much. But just see how it's going and how it's cooking.
Shall I do all of it?
Yeah.
When it's ready?
Yeah. We're just going to let those sweat down, and then I'm going to get the pasta going. So we're making sausage meatball pasta. So we've sliced the skin off our sausages, we've peeled the sausages, and we've rolled them into little balls, around about 6 per sausage. So this is really going to go around a family of 4. This is a really hearty meal. We've chopped and diced some carrots, some garlic and some onion, and we've cooked the sausage meatballs first. We've taken them out, and now we're cooking the veg in the pan. We're just letting them sweat down a little bit, and now we're going to add the passata.
All of it?
So you can use tins of tomatoes. You can use plum tomatoes, you could use cherry tomatoes, both delicious. I think the cherry tomatoes are pretty special, to be honest. But passata is super easy and super good to use. And what I would say is when you want to maximise the flavour. So when you pour out the passata, there's always going to be a load left in the pot. So Pip, if you want to go and just put a little bit of water in there, and then we shake it out, you get everything out of your tomatoes. It's not going to make it really watery because you're cooking it anyway, and you're going to cook all that out. We're going to add a bit of salt, a bit of pepper, and probably a little bit of sugar. A little bit of sugar in a tomato sauce is brilliant. If you're using tinned tomatoes or even fresh tomatoes, a little bit of sugar, just half a teaspoon, can really help with the flavour. Tomatoes are quite acidic, so salt and pepper, a bit of sugar can balance them. You could also use tomato puree if you wanted a really rich sauce, but I think the passata is great. Just half a teaspoon of sugar, that's all you need. And then a good grind of pepper and a good grind of salt will be perfecto. We've also got the pasta water on to boil, and we're going to use spaghetti. No real reason, you can use any pasta you like. We just haven't seen spaghetti in the shops for ages, so we were quite excited. This is going to be really slurpy and really messy, so you might want a towel around you or a serviette around you when you're eating it. It's going to go everywhere, but enjoy it. So the sauce is cooking down nicely. I'd cook that for another 4 or 5 minutes. You can add some basil, but add it at the end, I would say. Fresh basil has got an amazing flavour, but you tend to add it at the end of cooking, otherwise it gets a bit lost. We're cooking the pasta now. We'll blitz the sauce, only if you want to, really no need. It's just Pip. And then we've got some lovely Parmesan to go on when we plate it all up. So, you know, you can't beat it really. Sausages, tomatoes, pasta, and Parmesan. It's like perfect tea, isn't it?
My favourite meal.
Your favourite meal ever? Wow. And then we're good to go. So it's a really speedy tea, but it's something you could make in a big batch and make it ahead. You could eat it tomorrow. I always think anything sort of tomato based is better the next day, but great to have in the freezer as well. You can do it in little individual portions, sort of Pippi sized portions, or you could do it family sized portions, and then all you've got to do is cook some pasta when you get home, which 5-10 minutes you've got tea on the table. I think a big bowl of this with a big crusty loaf would be great. Tiger bread, soda bread, sourdough, French stick, bread, carbs. 5 minutes, the sauce is done, and we're just going to add the meatballs. This is just really nice. You know, you can buy a jar of tomato sauce in the supermarket, but why would you when you can just use some passata or even fresh tomatoes, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of sugar, and some veg that you've already got in the cupboard, and it's always going to taste so much nicer and be so much cheaper than buying a processed sauce. So we're just going to put some pasta in. So it's normally about 75 grams per person. So we've got nice boiling water. We have got long pasta in a short pan.
Just crack it in half.
You can break it in half, or I just quite like it when it goes around the pan. So as soon as it hits the water, it goes squidgy. So our sausage meatball pasta. So we've cooked the pasta and drained it as per the instructions, as per you'd normally make pasta. And we're just going to put it non-fancily, because we're not very fancy. We're going to put some meatballs, a meatball supporter. Meatball supporter's back. So sausage meatballs. So this sauce we have used the blender, but you really don't have to. Have nice chunky vegetables and lots of it, but it depends if you've got fussy eaters. And another meatball would be great, Pippi. On the top. Perfect. And then what finishes this off really nicely is a nice clean bowl and and some parmesan. Go for it. Oh, nice. You can see the parmesan just melting in. So the parmesan's just going to have this really nice, salty, gnarly flavour on the top of it. You know, it's a little bit acidic, it's a little bit salty, a little bit sweet, and that's just a perfect flavour on top of your sausage meatball pasta.